This is Season 2, Episode 35 of the Out of the Minds podcast. I'm Sean Oakley.
And I'm Sam Cooper, and as this game was being played, I believe I was probably standing right behind Sean playing Shatterpoint. So I'm going to be a bit of a mostly silent partner in this one, but I'll pop in when I think I see
Oh,
something.
yes and no. I'm quite interested to get your take on this game. So I
Yeah.
will be asking for some feedback at the end. But yeah, Sam and I both went to Hemel Hempstead GT this past weekend to play different games. Obviously, I was playing X-Wing. Um, Spoilers, I made cut. Um, Drove 200 odd miles and played Chris Burnett round one on stream. Yay! Got smashed on.
It's it's Tin Night on Thursday.
Yeah, got smashed on screen by him. And then did the classic Revenge of the Swiss because we got paired again in top 8. Because, of course.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And then I lost my top 4 match, which is the one we'll be looking at today. Because it's an interesting match. I lost to the eventual winner, which congratulations to David. It was a really, really fun event. I have to say, shout out to Chris for running it. It's the first time I'd met him. It was an absolute pleasure. But yeah, let's jump straight into the game.
Yeah, because the list is interesting. I like David's list.
Yeah. Run through it.
So David is playing Rebel Alliance. He's got Sabine Wren, no upgrades. Gina Moonsong, and I believe this is regular normal
Yes,
Gina.
yes, it is.
With the stabilized S-foils, delayed fuses, seismic charges, a proton cannon, a fire control system, and marksmanship.
Yep.
So solid. Like weirdly enough, I look at that and I think, oh yeah, it's kind of like what I would build Cad Bane ish.
Yeah.
Like, proton cannon, a bomb, fun talent. Then we got Ahsoka in the A-wing with mag pulse warheads and heightened perception for those annoying little depletes and jams. Luke
And
Skywalker.
importantly, because we are playing Scramble the Transmissions this match, the
No,
crit.
this isn't. I see 5 objectives.
Oh well, they haven't changed the. Oh yeah, we're not playing Scramble. I meant salvage. They clearly haven't changed. I just read the bottom of the overlay.
All right.
I was right about the objective because that's why the crit is critical
Yes.
because you take the crit.
And then we have Boy Luke, good old instinctive aim, attack speed, proton torpedoes, and R2D2, and Bowie Wedge,
No,
I believe.
Endor Wedge.
Yeah, Battle of Endor.
Oh right,
Bowie.
Yeah, sorry, I just
Yeah.
thought you were saying boy wrong.
No,
Sorry,
we
apologies.
got Boy Luke and Bowie
Yeah,
Wedge
fair.
with It's a Trap, Predator, APT, and R2A3. So solid, like basically it's high initiative rebels. Like high initiative rebels, everyone's got a big gun. Well, like Ahsoka's not really a big gun, but it's a nasty little gun, and it's gonna hit you,
Yeah,
and it's gonna hit you hard.
but the problem is I hit hard back.
Yes, and you also have health.
I think I possibly favour the joust here.
Yes, you should.
Right, so objectives. Objectives are reasonably standard, I suppose, for salvage. One deep in each of our areas, and one up on the each side of the midline, basically. And then rocks.
You've basically formed a half circle around the center, like almost exactly half circle.
Which I'm absolutely fine with. I was quite happy with this rock placement because I can grab the one that's really close to my board edge in the middle, and then there's a big space for me to send all the arcs up the left hand side towards 3 objectives. And I have the ability, I suppose, of having spare actions to pick them up because a focus is a lot less effective on 1 green dice.
Yeah.
And I have enough built-in offensive mods that it's less of an issue. We do overlap on initiative at 3 and 5. I'm first player for almost the entire game. which is quite funny because the first time I'm not, we start moving ships in the wrong order because we got so used to it. But yeah, basically, I'll just do the deployment quickly because this is my first mistake, and it. I thought at the time it actually ended up being quite helpful, and then it didn't. But basically, what I've done is I've set up Jag just to the left of the left-handmost rock, and then I've got Wolf, Matchstick, and Oddball to the left of him, and they're just going to sweep up the left-hand side and turn it into where there are 3 ejectings. Sure, Sabine's going to nick one and run away. I get that. That's fine. I've got Slider to counteract that. What I need to do is stop the centre one
from being grabbed.
Or at least get enough guns on it that I can punish
whoever grabs it. Makes sense.
And then broadside is just set up basically below below and to the left of the centre objective, where he can basically go through a gap in the middle, because I was hoping that if I go slow with him, then he can swing round, get his ion turret out at the same time that that I engage. And I have Slider basically just the below and right of Jag, where he's basically going to slow bank towards that objective, pick it up, and sort of turn to get his side arcs facing for dedicated.
Yeah, makes sense. Whereas David is sort of set up with basically it's ended up with Sabine is facing your arc swarm, but is very clearly going to turn to the left along his board edge, pick up a crate, and then probably go and hide for the rest of the game. And then we have Gina and an X-wing. I can't see which X-wing it is.
It's
unfortunately.
Luke.
It's Luke. They're just to the left of David's center, basically facing down the middle. They're aiming in between a pair of rocks, and they're basically presenting a very dangerous front to where broadside might be going. And then we got Ahsoka and Wedge on David's far left, your far right, basically unopposed. They can move down the side and swing into the center when they feel like they can get value.
Yeah. So, mistakes turn 0. I should not have set Slider up there. What I should have done was set Slider up the other side of broadside, facing back towards the arcs.
Yes, because then you can just slow roll, pick it up, and be facing towards safety.
Yeah. And you'll see in a minute how much this bites me in the rear. And then I make a mistake turn 1. A lot of these are very small mistakes, but they badly add up.
They add up. They add up quite badly.
And the things that I think the thing that really cost me a game is I have two 50-50 calls to make, and I get both of them wrong.
Right.
And I, or as soon as it happened, I knew what I should have done. But that's hindsight. So let's get into it. And off we trundle. And yeah, it's just a 1 straight from broadside and a 1 straight from Jag. And basically, my arcs are going faster the further left they are, so they can all swing round together.
Yeah, makes sense.
In fact, we'll just let this play, and then we'll talk about the moves in total. Sabine just does a barrel roll 1 hard and focuses to get ready to pick up the crate.
And then Matchstick has a giant pile of locks on it.
Yeah, everyone's locked Matchstick. Matchstick's gone faster, and so has Oddball, so that they've got space to swing round. Wolf did a 1 straight as well, and so did Thing.
Yeah, so it looks like Gina has done what looks like a 3 straight.
Yes.
Luke has done a 4 straight and boosted.
Yes.
I mean, he's just hoping to catch out. Broadside makes sense. Ahsoka looks like she's done a 5 straight, and Wedge has done a 4 straight, and I can't see what action they did. I'm guessing it's because he's taken all the focuses off the table.
Yeah, I think it's just focusing and stuff. So,
but here's interesting, because if I'm David, I'm looking at trying to blow up broadside.
Yeah.
Because it's quite hard for your arcs to get all of the fire onto me.
Yeah. So what I should have done here was done the 3 straight with both Wolf and Jag.
Yes.
The reason I
just get past the rock.
The reason I didn't was I was concerned about Luke doing a 4 straight and then a 3 bank and then pro torping Jag. Actually, I should have just damn well taken that.
Yeah,
So
you're right, and I think it's overly thin because let's be real, Sean. Luke is going to pro-torp whoever he wants, whenever David wants him.
What I was trying to do was, because I thought that's what was going to happen, was that Gina and Luke were going to swing in, Ahsoka's going to come in behind and give an action. Wedge probably does something like a 2 hard, picks up that back crate, and then, alright, isn't doing a lot this turn, but then flies in with his APT the next turn and polishes off someone before they get to shoot. So what I tried to do is just slow roll enough that Jag sits behind the rock turn 2.
Yeah.
It's a 3 bank round, and it's a turn. It costs me a turn too much. But yeah, actually, I should have done all that while we were setting dials so that we could have seen that.
Because also what I'm looking at is, yes, they could also go for roleplay, but also, it's pretty obvious what Slider's about to do. And if he does what he needs to do and pick up that crate, he is a tokenless Z95 facing down a proton torpedo.
Yes. But also, if he fires a proton torpedo into my 2-point ship, I'm kind of okay with that, because that means when we inevitably joust, he's already lost one of those.
See, it's an interesting thought process, because to me, I would still take that. But I guess I'm coming from my list is all 2 points, so you just fire down proton torpedoes, remove the ships.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a net win for David, but it's also I'd rather those torps were going into Slider than anyone else. So...
Yeah, that is a fair point. I'm just thinking for crate points adding up. If Slider's not adding a point every turn, that's a lot of points that proton torpedo has stopped.
So I just do a 1 straight with Broadside and Jag, and they both take a focus.
It's interesting to me that Broadside's turret is facing towards your ships and away from David's.
So, because I
know what your plan was.
Yeah, was to turn, and my plan still is to turn away and present it. I did consider rotating it there, but then Broadside sat tokenless. And much as focus doesn't necessarily do much on greens, if I'm taking a torp, I want every help I can get. Slider just does a 1 mank and picks up the crate. A 2 straight from Wolf and a focus. A 1 straight from Matchstick to pick up the crate. Because he's basically going to turn in. So, didn't realise at the time. Well, think about it as setup, but actually I should have had Matchstick on the other side of Wolf. Because the Y-Wing just can't get around as fast as the Arc can. Medium base. And Oddball then does a 3 bank in front of them all to start getting him in a little bit further. I barrel roll because I know I'm going to need to move Matchstick where he is. But that's fine because I can either 2 bank, 3 bank next turn.
Bar 4P and all that jazz.
So
So Luke does a 2 bank and picks up the crate, so that's interesting.
I was surprised, but yeah.
But I guess also Luke is kind of safe at the minute.
He is. He very much is.
And if he gets into the scrum, he doesn't need to boost or barrel roll as much.
Oh, I get.
Whereas Gina would much prefer to be doing it.
Yeah, I get the picking up the crate. But I generally thought he'd use the opportunity to take the lock there.
Yeah.
Gina, I think, did a 2 straight and focuses. And then Ahsoka sweeps in, spends her force to coordinate Gina barrel roll into a target lock, and then picks up the crate with her action.
Yep.
And then Wedge does I think a 4 straight and boosts. And now I'm like...
boost around, so he's facing off Slider.
Takes a deplete, but I'm kind of sat there going, oh, I'm in trouble here.
Like, Slider goes full speed at him.
Yeah, he very much does. It's not enough. Spoilers. Okay. But if I
full speed boost,
if I'd faced the other way, then it would be an issue because Slider would be behind the arcs.
Yeah.
Wolf randomly just manages to catch a range 3 shot into Gina. I do it. I roll a damage. It's evaded, so Gina takes a strain.
All right.
You know, I'm using my dice, so they don't always show up. So we'll have to play it by ear. I don't think Wedge had a shot.
Matchstick has taken damage apparently.
Yeah, that
doesn't seem right.
No,
that doesn't seem right at all. I think they should be taking it off broadside.
Because I think this is Luke and Gina. It was Luke, and then it's Gina going into thing. So that was 2 shields off Matchstick, not
broadside.
Sorry, off broadside, not Matchstick. And then I start unloading because it's got past. I shoot into Gina as much as possible, and I believe I do a shield.
Blink a shield off. All right, he dodged the proton cannons. That's pretty neat.
Yes. And now I need to swing in. And the problem is I just can't get Matchstick in.
Yeah.
Like,
can Matchstick not 1 bank and just accept that he's out for a turn?
Oh, I mean, I can. I'm pretty sure I do a 3 bank with him. Like,
yeah. I feel like Matchstick banks a crate at this point.
He's got a crate, so.
Yeah, as in he hangs back a little bit. He just accepts that he's not the super gun, and you just crate point.
So we go for round 3, and it is me again, and I do a 2 hard with broadside, because either Luke's 4K'ing over me.
I think that's fine.
Fine, he's not doing it at all. Or I did wonder if I should have tried to drop a bomb there in case Luke did the 4K. But
I think I might have.
But I decided against it because I chickened out, and I take a focus. Jag R4P's a hard 3 to make it make it white. Sorry, launch himself right in the middle and takes a focus.
Sabine jets along David's board edge and evades. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I do a 4-stroke with slider because it's the fastest he can go. I mean, technically, it's not a 3-straight boost, but obviously crate, so that's not an option. And I take a focus. Wolf does a 2 hard because no R4P on him, which is a shame because a 3 hard would have put me in Jag's side arc, but never mind. And I just take a focus. 3 bank from Matchstick and a focus, just on the hope that I plink range 2 at somebody. And a 2 bank because it's blue. I did wonder whether I should have R4P'd a.
I think
R4P.
I think you R4P a 3 bank. Just get in.
Yeah, but I didn't, and I take a focus. So, Luke, 2 hards, which really surprised me. I did not see that one. Goes over broadside.
Yeah, no, fair.
That
looked like a bombs to beat that move.
Yeah, that's fair. And he takes a focus. Does he focus? No, he locks slider, I think. Sorry, that's my focus. Sabine does, I think that was a 2 hard and evades.
Okay.
And Gina does a 2 bank in front of all my arcs. Lands.
Right, Gina should be in trouble.
Lands, I believe, range 1 of broadside. Just lands and barrel rolls behind him. So suddenly not so much trouble. And then Wedge, I think, does a 1 straight. He focuses and then spends the R2A3 to acquire a lock.
Alright, Slider's good now. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, he lobs the APT into Slider, which I was kind of okay with, as I say. Like, you know, it's my 2-point ship, and that's the really big punch. He ends up with 4 hits, and I blank out. So, bye, Slider, in a 1-tap. I was hoping to at least use Luke's. But yeah. I have nothing from Oddball. Which is a shame, actually, because I think the 3 bank probably would have put me range 3 of Ahsoka. But,
yeah,
hindsight. And then Ahsoka and I'll think of it in a minute. Gina unload into broadside and take me down to 4 health. I'm sure it's less than that.
I think it is because they've just started taking off broadside when they should have taken off matchstick. I
Yeah.
bet broadside is actually down to two. I think.
Oh no, it's the right number of cards that I can see on there.
Okay.
Have I taken two? No, no one. Did someone shoot match? I don't know. Like,
No one could have shot matchstick last round. No, literally no one could have shot matchstick. They've taken the two shields off matchstick when they should have been taken off broadside.
so my entire list that can unloads into Ahsoka, um,
Yeah.
and I take the two shields. No crits.
Unfortunate. But three agility, force and evade,
Yeah.
long bomb shots. Not super surprising.
So I won't spoil it, but here's the first 50-50 call. Ahsoka's going to do one or two things. She can't boost a barrel roll, so she's not as manoeuvrable as an A-wing normally is.
Yeah.
She's going to do one or two things. She's going to hard turn to the left, or she's going to jet fast. And so I've got to
I guess the question is, do you think it's going to clip that rock?
I was looking at it from my side, and I did not think it would clip the rock at all.
Okay.
And so I was like, yeah, and I'm an hour, and I changed my mind a lot. A lot actually. So yeah, we'll just wait for it to go. Okay, so I make the call that Ahsoka's going to go fast. Because honestly, I thought a hard turning in front of me would just be suicide. Like, if I just one straight everyone and three straight oddball, like, she's only got one force with an evade, I should plink 2 damage through.
Yeah.
So I thought that he'd try something funny and go fast. Maybe even like the 5k to turn around and try and plink. Gina drops a seismic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We don't worry too much about exact placement because there's only one rock it can go. I knew it was coming. I'll plink the shield. So I 2 hard broadside in between Luke and Wedge, because I was hoping to block either a 5 straight or a 5k, and there's every chance I block it onto the rock.
And I think you pick up the crate.
I don't. I focus because I wasn't sure if I'd have range, and I also thought I might have it if Wedge has come in front of me or Luke's come in front of me. I'll have a shot, and I need to start blinking the damage through. Now this is the mistake. I one bank Jag.
Okay.
And I one bank Jag because I thought, if I don't like where it ends up, I thought I'd be able to squeeze a barrel roll into ship's left, and that would cover both of them. And I looked at it the moment I moved around. I don't think it fits.
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, looking at it from this angle, I wish I'd tried it.
I don't think it would fit.
I don't think it would fit. But and now I'm like, if he has hard turned, I've miscalled this, and Bullseye has no shot.
So I realize I probably should wait until the end. Like, I also think if Ahsoka does hard turn, it's not the end of the world, because I don't think Gina, Wedge, and Luke can get out of your shots.
No.
So facing down this way shouldn't be too bad, because...
But bear in mind that I'm thinking about scenario points here, because I'm already 8-3 behind.
Yeah.
I'm like literally ticking up, because he's obviously knocked off the crate from Slider.
Yeah.
So like I'm taking up like 3-1 on this round at the moment, and
yeah,
I'm I'm like, if I just need to, even if I can't kill Ahsoka, plink the crate off, because Sabine's gone.
Yeah.
And Luke.
So I assume Wolf does like a 2 straight, right?
Sabine just hard turns around the rock. I don't. I do a 1 straight because I thought a 2 would hit.
Yeah.
And looking at that, close. Slider does a 2 hard because he's just trying to chase round
Yeah,
get in the fight.
matchstick, right?
Matchstick,
Matchsticks are too
sorry,
hard.
yeah.
Just chase. Basically, he's got a crate. He's chasing the enemies. He's fine exactly where he is. He is scoring you points and keeping you in the game.
And then I do a 2-bank with Wolf.
Again, R4P3 bank.
Yeah. I actually
Get Wolf in.
a 3 straight, or even an R4B4 straight. But
Yeah, no, I think R4P3 bank, like to get your arc facing towards most of David's list. Sabine is going to score a point every round. Like, just accept it unless you get lucky. You need to be punching the other guys.
and then I focus. And what I should have done here, I should have barrel rolled. Because if I barrel roll to the left, I can go a little bit further forward. Does cover the quadrant where Sabine would go if she turned left, but also probably has a long range shot if she goes straight and bumps.
Yeah.
I don't mind the long range shots from Modball, because if he misses and gets a strain when she's range 1 in front of Jag, fine.
Then you're fine.
Also, I'm reasonably confident she would have been in bullseye.
Yeah.
So I can pick up a lock. But I don't, I focus.
He 2 hards away and evades.
2 hards away and evades. Jag does not have a shot. Broadside doesn't have a shot. I think we'll get to it. Oddball might be out of range. So I got 1 range 3 shot from Wolf. Right. Damn.
Oof.
Damn. But I misscored it. Luke does the rather expected 4K. Gina hard turns away. She's like, alright, fine. And barrel rolls basically to try and
Get out of the bomb.
get out of the bomb.
And Wedge does a 4 straight.
Yeah. And I believe boosts.
Yeah.
Play the
Makes
safe
sense.
game. Because I thought he might pick up the crate there.
Yeah. So I thought that as well, but also he doesn't need to. He's 3-1 up. He just needs to not die.
Yeah. Importantly here, Gina has to pass over a stress, and she opts to pass the stress to Luke.
That is interesting.
Well, unfortunately, both the other ships were stressed, so she's got to double stress someone.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like, okay, she's double stressed the ship that's right in front of my entire list. Like, I got a good chance. I've got to go for Luke next turn.
Yeah.
Probably not with Broadside, because I'm assuming he's dying this turn. But we'll see. So
the seismic plinks some shields off your ships.
yeah, I lose some shields. That's fine. I think it is just Wolf that no, hang on, that must be Oddball because I'm shooting first. Yeah, so Oddball rolls hit crit into Sabine, and she dodges it
into Ahsoka.
Sorry, and she dodges it, only having to spend the force, which was kind of critical. But she does take a strain. Luke goes range 1 into Broadside, who spends his focus for an evade and to live. So, did come in critical. I think this is Wolf going into Ahsoka. I think it.
Yeah,
guessing from the
strained.
dice.
That's why there's 3.
Strained. I get 3 hits. I believe that was 2 evades and something, so he spends his evade to dodge it all.
Oof.
Jag acquires the lock. And then we go to Jag, who I think has the shot into Luke. I plink a shield off, and then Broadside range 1 into Luke. Was it Luke? Yeah. Oh, no.
It looks like it was
no,
Luke.
I had Ahsoka through the rock.
Ah, okay.
So it was, I think, range 1
was the
obstructed ion cannon, and I plinked the damage through. So, okay. But I thought all Ahsoka does here is hard turns left and leaves, right?
Yeah.
And then that's 2 ships that are just away and carrying crates, and I can't do anything about it because I can't really afford to split up. Yeah, and I was like, I could just like it's 11-4, and I could just feel it like slipping away from me. Like,
Yeah, I know the games you mean. Like I'll be honest. I think I don't know. You still have both R4P charges on oddball, right?
oh yeah,
I think you just need to blow them, get him in. Like he's your. I know he's your Cody carrier, and so him missing isn't the worst, but he needs to be shooting at range 2, not range 3.
yeah.
Like I would honestly say, send Wolf and Oddball after Sabine and Luke, Ahsoka at this point.
Well,
They're going to be in the same
the
spot.
problem is I had oh the chance to jump on Luke, and I really thought I should jump on Luke. But we're going to the next round. Sabine, Gina drops another seismic, and broadside 4K's behind. Jag one straights and focuses because Luke's got to go somewhere there. Sabine just won.
Sabine does a one hard to the left and turns away, takes in a focus that looks
Yes,
like.
it was. I do a 2-bank with Wolf right in behind Jag and take a focus because I should get 2 really nice shots onto Luke here. I do a 3 straight with Matchstick because again gets him pointing towards Luke. It's just another couple of dice, but also has the turret out the side to where Gina and Wedge are kind of heading.
Yeah.
And then I blow an R4P here as I 3 hard oddball to the left to try and...
I do like that. Try and catch where Ahsoka and Sabine would
Yeah,
be.
if
But
I can-
Ahsoka goes right.
Yes, I was surprised by this.
So in hindsight, I'm not surprised now that I really think about it. Because if Ahsoka does go left, that's 2 relatively fragile ships, both carrying crates in the same spot. And I don't think that Dave wants you to split to kill his ships rather than to have to bunch up. Like if all his ships are in the same spot, you don't have to make choices. And the less choices you make, the less likely you are to make mistakes.
Fair.
And your ships will naturally just do well.
But I think the flip side of that is... Yes, it's moving towards Sabine, but I'm going to chase it with, 1, maybe 2 arcs? Like... And then Luke and Wedge and Gina jump on what I've left behind.
Like here, Ahsoka's basically safe, right? Like Jag doesn't look like he has.
Oh
a
yeah,
shot.
no, Jack hasn't got a
And
shot.
it's a range 3 obstructed from Wolf. Like it's
Um,
no action from Ahsoka. Curious.
I'm guessing she... Oh, she target locked broadside.
Interesting.
Um,
Oh, Mag Pulse.
yeah.
Drop a crate. Yeah.
Kill him.
Oh, yeah, he's on 1. Yeah.
I'll think of it in a minute. Gina did a 2 hard and barrel rolled away to make sure she's not range 2 in that matchstick ion arc. Luke 1 banks right in front of everyone
Stress.
and clears the stress. And Wedge just does a 1 bank and I think takes a target lock onto somebody to...
Looks like it's matchstick.
Yeah. Cool, more rerolls. The bomb goes off, kills the seismic and plinks off a few more shields and takes a shield off Luke.
So Oddball's going into Sabine, it looks like.
Oddball goes into Sabine. I end up with 3 hits. She dodges the loss of it.
Unfortunate.
Then we go to, I think, Luke's shot. Oh, no, sorry, this is
This is
Sabine
the-
doing the mag pulse, I believe, and kills broadside. Fine, that was probably going to go through. Luke goes into Jag and takes the shields. And then I may... Actually, no. I don't make a stupid choice here. The follow-up. So I actually get Chris to measure this for me. Trying to see if Matchstick has range 3 onto Ahsoka. It's obstructed, but she has no...
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, it's so funny. You putting Oddball back where Wolf should be.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, that's yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry, anyone who's listening and not watching, that just looks funny.
So, you know when you're on stream and you make all the stupid mistakes that you never make in normal life? What I did was I marked Wolf, I moved Wolf out of the way, Chris came in, he measured the shot for me, and then I picked up Old Ball and put him back.
In where Wolf should be.
So I let, and we're like, and then we start. Nick actually comes over because we start shooting. So I shot into Ahsoka, I think, and I don't do anything, which is fine. It was a long shot. Here you go. This starts going, what? And then they come over and tell us. We get, that's Nick very kindly telling us what we've done on the stream. I let David place it because obviously I screwed up. And actually, I looked at the video before and I flicked back. It's actually quite close to where it was. It's a little further back. Which
but by eye, that's not bad.
Yeah. I think if anything, a little further back hampers me because I can't get past the rock as well. So I'm not going to complain about that. That is, I don't think I gained an advantage from it.
I feel like by eye at the time that's not a bad spot. He brought the stick. He's like, okay, it was about this far.
Yeah, but stupid mistake.
It can't be helped.
So, I go to Wolf, and Wolf is range 1 of Luke because I ummed and ahed about shooting through the rock into Ahsoka.
I think you shoot for the rock into Ahsoka.
And I think I should have shot through the rock into Ahsoka, but I don't. I shoot range 1 into Luke, and I get 3 hits and a crit after spending the focus. Luke double evades, but he drops the crate.
Yeah, that is fair.
And I can't remember what the crit was. I'm sure it will come up in a minute. And then Jag range 1s into Luke and kills him.
Damage engine. Okay, it's worked out, and I think that's worked out okay.
Yeah. So okay, fine. I've killed Luke, but it's still 16-10, and it's getting to the tail end of it. I need to kill Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka.
Yeah. Now here comes the next 50-50. Where does Ahsoka go, and what do I do with Jag?
All right, my gut. Jag does a 1 straight and grabs that crate. Or 2 straight, or something slow, meandering. Grab the crate, and then hope that you call the 50. And then I don't know about Wolf. I feel like Wolf just has to go over the rock and hope.
So, what I do is I want
and
to.
And then Matchstick needs to run away from the 2 nasty people who are behind him.
Well, yes and no. Matchstick kind of goes fast enough, but if anything, wants to have them at range 2 for the ion threat.
I'm just thinking of the last thing you need right now is for that crate to be dropped with the points so tight and time so low.
Yeah, but I suppose the flip side of that is if I can kill Ahsoka, that's 4 points. I'm planning on trying to pick up the crate with Jag, so I would equal Sabine if Matchstick drops 1, and then I've got more ships to pick up more crates.
Yeah, because if you kill Ahsoka, 4 points, you go up to 14.
Yeah.
Jag gets you to 15. Sabine makes them go to 17.
And I'd have another crate, so I would go to 16.
16, so 17, 16 to David.
Yeah, but then I'm outscoring.
With probably 1 more turn, and then you just need to not drop a crate.
Yeah. Because there are literally 2 crates right in front of me.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka. But I'm thinking, what happens if Ahsoka tries to cut inside?
I think you just have to accept that. That is a chance.
So, I 1 bank. Because I think that blocks off any hard turn.
Yeah.
And I pick up the crate. Sabine's just done her little traily round the thing. And I do a 2 hard with Wolf. Because I was hoping... I thought that with a hard turn, I'd get a shot out the front into Wedge, and then shoot out the back into, hopefully, the blocked Ahsoka. Obviously, with a 1 bank, I couldn't just lob through the rock, or I'd hit the rock. And I do a 3 straight with Matchstick. It smacks into Wolf, I knew it would, and I think I take the shield. But I'm just trying to get to him as, far along as possible.
Yeah.
and then
5k from Ahsoka.
Sabine Ahsoka 5ks, and I'm just like, that's pretty much game.
Yeah.
Gina 2 hards, and I can't remember what she does here. I think it just takes a lock on matchstick, and Wedge does a 2 hard, and I believe focus barrel rolls.
Then
Wolf 3 bank. Oddball 3 banks because I need to continue chasing Sabine, and I barrel roll the other side of the rock to get her in arc.
yeah, makes sense.
Because at this point,
As good at odds as any, and she's strained.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's my thought. She's still strained. If I can just either get lucky on the dice or just get the crate off her.
Yeah.
But this is Gina going into matchstick, and I don't believe does anything. Neither does Wedge.
Takes a couple of shields, it looks like.
Sabine somehow not somehow, just dies, knocks the crate off Ahsoka.
Ahsoka
off Jag.
knocks the crate off Jag.
I was like, well, that's definitely game. Wolf does nothing to Sabine. And the only other shot I've got is Matchstick, who does 1 damage to Gina. Wolf goes into Wedge, I believe, and does nothing. So it's 18-12. Oh, Wolf picked up the crate. That's why he hard-2'd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. There's literally nothing I can do now. Because...
let's see.
Kill...
Magic's on 1.
Matchstick's
You
on
need
1
too
now.
much to happen.
Yeah.
It's physically possible mathematically.
Yes, it is. But
but you need too many things to go your way.
Yeah. Way too many things to go my way.
Because like the way you do this is you need Gina and Ahsoka to die, essentially.
Yep. Yes, I do. Without losing Matchstick.
Yeah, so like I'm like, okay, Jag 2 hards, grabs the crate, has the bum facing Ahsoka. Wolf 1 banks towards Wedge and Gina, or even 2 hards. Takes a focus that way, front towards Gina, back towards where Ahsoka might be. Matchstick flies fast at Ahsoka, just trying to either block her or Ahsoka goes too fast and is behind you.
Yeah. So system phase, I dropped the ion bomb because I figured if they're going to chase me, make them have a choice between.
They might go that way.
Sorry.
They might go that way, and then they might not want to lose all their locks.
Well, exactly. So make them a choice between losing the locks or reposition out the bomb. I do 2 hard with Jag. I pick up the crate again. I do a 1 bank with.
It's functionally the same thing. I'm just thinking like in my head, you need to make sure that Gina is the one who's getting shot. So I'm like 2 hard, get that out towards Gina.
Yeah, that's fair, and I think that would have been a better choice.
And the matchstick goes as fast as possible.
No, he does a 3 bank.
Okay, that's about as fast as he's going to get.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Ahsoka's going to turn in again, and so I'm like, either bump Ahsoka and make it so she has a bad shot, or Ahsoka overshoots you, and you get Matchstick doesn't shoot Ahsoka, but Matchstick doesn't get shot.
Well, I thought with that one, if he'd hard turns, I don't think that he'd have arc.
Yeah.
But
Gina 2 banks.
Gina 2 banks and takes a focus.
Ahsoka 2 hards, takes an evade, doesn't have arc on Matchstick, so that's nice. And R4P focus with oddball, right?
Yeah, to make the blue 2 hard. To get the range 1 again. And wedge bumps.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
That's basically fine. The problem is that Gina is not getting shot.
That's not the problem. So Gina gets ionized, so loses her lock. The problem is she just natties Matchstick off the board.
I mean, obviously that is the main problem, but like the moment you weren't shooting Gina, like you'd lost, right?
Yes and no. Because she'd hard turned in, if I'd killed Ahsoka,
you get 4 points. You go up to 16.
Yeah, and then I would have had if Matchstick hadn't have died. Then I've got 2, so I got up to 18. He's on 19.
He wins.
Oh yeah, because I forgot they called time at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, the moment you weren't shooting
Yeah.
Gina, you had no chance anyway. So the fact that Gina killed Matchstick is sort of like, it solidifies that David wins 21-12.
Yeah.
But you'd already lost.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it stems from turn 0. I think Ahsoka was bloody lucky.
Ahsoka was lucky. I think it stems from turn 0, and I also think it stems from you needed to R4P oddball to get him in faster, because if he's in closer, that Ahsoka's 1 health might very well be dead Ahsoka, because Ahsoka's not getting the extra evades.
But yeah, no, I think you're right on the getting oddball win, because yeah, it would have just been throwing more dice against less dice, and
like, I think yes, turn 0 was a problem, but I do legitimately think if you just committed to getting oddball in faster, like yes, you don't have it later for chasing down Sabine, but ideally you didn't really want to be chasing Sabine.
Exactly. Like, if I hadn't needed to, then it wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if that was a mistake. Should I have just turned him towards Gina?
Maybe, but also I think at that point you just needed to remove stuff, and he was just in a position where if he'd gotten lucky, that crate goes.
Yeah, but also I'm much more likely to, honestly, with the amount of shots I threw into Sabine, that amount of shots into Gina probably would have killed her. Because she can't.
And I guess that also, there is something to be said for your Cody carrier 1v1ing, because your Cody carrier doesn't want to be 1v1ing.
Oh,
Your Cody carrier wants to be.
I very much get that, but at that point he was the only one who really could turn that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a lot of it actually stemmed from Luke and Wedge not going where I expected.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of it has stemmed from David placing ships not where you expected.
And then, because they'd done that and he'd picked up 3 crates, suddenly the onus is on me.
Yeah.
Which isn't normally how it goes against the Arcs. But, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you lost 3 ships, but, like, functionally, he didn't really fight you.
No.
This actually reminds me of how I would approach your list with, like, my separatist janky list with, like, aura and stuff. I was like, cool. It was playing against the bombardment drones. It's like, yeah, cool. You can have your block. I'm going to play the objective, and I'll take my pop shots.
Yeah.
Because if I don't give your arcs what they want, they actually find it quite difficult to chase.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So there is something to be said for that. Like, he played well, and he played on the edge well, because Ahsoka, it definitely felt like David was saying, okay, doing this would be silly if he it's like I know that you know that doing this would be silly, so you'll expect me to do the other thing, so I'll do this.
Yeah, but hey, it was good.
But sometimes all you can do is commit, right?
Well, that's it, isn't it?
At the very least, committing the way you did, I think is correct, no matter what Ahsoka does. Like, too hard rather than the go fast. Because at least if you're going that way, you're probably shooting the other ships. I just think you needed to commit rather than try and hedge.
Yeah. I made a choice. It was the wrong choice, but at least I made a choice.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I made. I came 3rd overall, which is nice.
That's not bad.
I'm very happy with the weekend. I've done. In my last 3 big tournaments, I've made top 4 twice and won 1. So I've had a very successful X-Wing season, X-Wing year. I'm very happy. No, it's good. It's me done and dusted for AMG points for the... Well...
foreseeable future?
Unless we get a surprise announcement about some OP next year, forever. But... It's been fun. But I have to admit, even I was getting a little bit bored of playing the list, and like.
Well, you don't have to play it.
Well, no. X-Wing's my competitive game. I play what's competitive, and I enjoy winning. But even I was just like, I still enjoy winning, but like, it's not. I can't say it's not fun. It's just sometimes it's boring, particularly when
Yeah.
you've played it a lot. And I'm looking forward to playing other stuff.
I mean, that is fair.
So yeah, we'll be practicing, experimenting with XWA for sort of long range Sith takers. I might just fly a few different things on the podcast to A, give you stuff to practice against, and B, get a handle on how some of the good lists are flying at the moment. I've got a vague idea of what I'm going to fly.
That's good then.
No one wants to see Separatists versus Separatists week after week, so...
Hey, maybe there's a niche audience for that, I reckon.
Which of the dodgy X-Wing players likes a bit of droid on droid action? Right. On that note, we will wrap it up this week because we have been nuttering on. I will be back. Well, we'll both be back next week with something.
I'm not actually sure what I'll bring. Maybe either something completely off the wall or something that I think is super solid but might just be annoying to play.
Fair. I got a couple of ideas for some stuff. Might bring some Scum.
That's good.
I haven't flown Scum for a while.
Scum.
Actually, that's a lie. I'll say I haven't flown Scum for a while. I literally flew Scum like 3 large bases like just after AMG dropped, right? XWA dropped, right? What haven't I flown for a while? What faction haven't I flown for a while, Sam? FO. I haven't flown FO for a while.
It's either FO or, honestly, even... Actually, no, have you flown Resistance?
I haven't flown Resistance for a while, actually.
I think, have you flown Resistance outside of, like, some random week?
I think outside of a random week, Sith Takers in February, when I took out Resistance, would have been the last time. Yeah, I'll think of something. I always do.
Whereas I'll have basically Separatists. Maybe a sneaky Empire.
Right. I'll just say see you guys next week.
Yeah, ta-ta for now.